the Romans, the first emperor, like a Christian emperor, his name was Constantine. Right? Constantine, of course, approached them, listened to them, he was very much impressed, and he became Christian. But these pagans, the Romans, they were like in millions. Who is going to take, who cares, for those few hundred people? What they did, they modified, they made the changes in the Christian rules and regulations, or you can say the celebrations. All the celebrations which they had already from paganism, they converted to Christianity, like Easter. That was Easter. They believe there is one goddess who brings spring to the world. And they say Easter is a time when Jesus was crucified. We don't know. Valentine's Day, right? And Good Friday. What else? Christmas. Christmas is nothing to do with Christianity. If you read the whole Bible, you will not find even one word Christmas. Jesus never saw this tree during his whole lifetime. There is no word Santa Claus even mentioned. So all these were like a paganism. One of the priests, of course, of Pasadena, California, he was very sincere Christian, Armstrong. He used to write on Plain Truth, in one magazine, which was being sent to all over the world, millions of copies. He died like 12 years ago. There mentioned that Santa Claus never been existing. And he says this Christmas was being celebrated 2,000 years before Jesus. So, from there you can understand most of the celebrations which Christians have are coming from actually paganism, from the Romans, right? So this is what it's all about. Saint Nicholas was a bishop 700 years after Jesus Christ, right? Nicholas. He had like a red coat and turban and all stuff, and he was very kind to the poor and orphans and whatnot. So they wanted to show how Santa Claus looked like. So they took the replica of Saint Nicholas, and everybody is there. They said Jesus was born on December 25th. You can ask any priest or pastor, but see him privately. Don't ask him in the congregation. If you ask him privately, tell us whether Jesus was born in December 25th. We will say no, never. And they will of course condemn as the celebration of the Christmas is. They understand. Jesus never celebrated, neither his disciples nor his mother. None of them even spoke about Christmas. But now it's like a commercial, as business. If they don't, they will be losing trillions of dollars business. So they have to keep it. Right?
When the Injil was written?
When Injil was written.
If 306 years they were in the cave.
No.
But that's different story on as with that part.
Let me explain to you. First of all, the early believers, his disciples, they expected that Jesus is going to come back, because he said he is coming back and you will see him. He departed in Galilee, and Jesus said, hey, I will come back. He expected you that he is going to come back, but he couldn't come back. But he was talking about the second advent, of course. Now these early Christians, or you can say the disciples and the others, they did wait for him. When there were 30, 40 years passed, they say, man, he is not going to come. He is lost. Let's get all these narrations together, right? So they collected some of and they say there were hundreds of actually scribes, or you can say the scriptures. They were in Latin and they were in Greek. I'm just giving an example. But these 4 Gospels which we have now, right, after they went through some criteria, there were 56 at the end. From 56 they did canonization. That took place at Rome, in of course Rome, at Saint Catherine and Council of Nicaea. There are 2 places which was done under the supervision of the Roman Empire, Constantine. Then they, of course, after 56, they picked 4 of them. And the first book, according to the historic background, first book is Mark. And Mark was not the disciple of Jesus. The second is Matthew, which was like 65 AD. Then Luke, which is 70 to 80. And John is 120 AD. So these these are the collections which has been made. Out of 56, they picked 4 of them. So 52 have been rejected, and they are called Apocrypha. And the others are actually the Old Testament and the New Testament. There are 66 put together. But after the 4, there are 23 books. Most of them are the letters which had been written by Paul to different, like Romans, Galatians and Philippians and all stuff, to different tribes, he wrote them the letter, and unfortunately they became a part of the New Testament. Although Paul, whose name was Saul, actually S-A-U-L, of course a Jewish person and office holder, he never met Jesus Christ. He never accepted him during his lifetime. Even he opposed him. He persecuted some of the disciples actually during his lifetime. But afterward, when he said, while he was on his way to Damascus, he became blind, and then Jesus appeared unto him and asked him, go back and preach to all nations. God knows. It is between him and Paul. We don't know actually. Anyway, so he came back, and then there was a big dispute between Peter and the other disciples and Paul, because Paul wanted to go to the Gentiles, and Peter said, who was actually the successor, right? He says, Jesus said, don't go to Gentiles or to the Samaritans. We should, right, be just in the Jews. We should not go outside the Jewish people. He said, no, we must go. And of course he went to Rome. There he preached Christianity. He was arrested. He was crucified. All was crucified too.
In reference to this context, we were talking about 306 years later when Constantine listened to this teaching of Christianity and he became Christian. So that is 366 years later, but now we are discussing that when all these books were written from 36, 40 years onward to 120 years, and then those books were collected and some were...
You are confused
Yes,
with the first Roman Empire,
yes,
with those who were early believers. Early believers were in Jerusalem. There was nobody in those days in Rome. Of course, they were living in Jerusalem, and they were preaching each other. They went to Galilee. Actually, Galilee, they were protected. They could talk, and of course, this is what Jesus did. After he was saved from actually Jerusalem, he went back to Galilee. That was, of course, he was Galilean. Like I said, most of his disciples were Galilean, and they were permitted to preach, and they were preaching. They did preach. It does not mean that there was nobody on the ground, but some of them, after the persecution, because Titus of Rome, actually, if you let me go back, in 70 AD, he attacked on Jerusalem, and he killed hundreds of thousands of Jews. That could be the time, when they went into the caves. But before that, of course, they were living, and he said that no Jew is permitted to enter into that area. It was a capital punishment. He destroyed the temple of Solomon. We call it Haikal Soleimani. So there are 3 different ages. Don't be confused when the first emperor believed. So there are different stages and ages.
So with the teaching of these young people, those who were in the cave, they came out, and Constantine, did that any effect on the books that were written? Did that make any impact on because
there is a lot of impact. The reason is just I mentioned to you that the first emperor, Constantine, accepted Christianity.
Yes.
From there, Christianity starts spreading all over the world. Because the emperor accepted, and Rome was, you can say, the largest country or the well-known country. From there, Christianity is spreading all over Europe. Plus the canonization, as I mentioned before, it was like thousands of scriptures, not hundreds, thousands of them, in Latin and Greek. So it was the first emperor, Constantine, during his lifetime, this canonization was done. Understand now? They said we should pick only those which consist of the story of Jesus Christ.
That is 56 then.
Then they, from thousands, they came to 56. At the end, from thousands, they came to, at the end, 56. Then they discussed that which four or which one should be inside and should be out. Then they discussed for months actually. That at the end, they picked only 4 of them. 52 were discarded, and they are called apocrypha. They exist too.
That is done about 300 years after the Christ was gone.
Yeah, the canonization was done in 325, 337 AD. You understand canonization?
Not really.